Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now, want to get into an aspect that even I have, in essence, not say forgotten, but in some way, form, or fashion, Because matter of fact, again, seeing like, all right, how serious it is about building up a habitual natures about certain aspects within our psyche and our consciousness. Because I was aware, I always, at the beginning of my growth, aware of this, but again, after constantly, coming across so many different universes, that's why in most cases we become so recluse or kind of to ourselves on our spiritual growth, because we maintain an awareness of what's going on within us and knowing what's us and what's not us, and especially for those of us who are empaths, or have strong extrasensory perception and pick up on energies, you know but it was the aspect of, how do you deal with your family being underwoke, or just anybody, like how do you deal with people being underwoke, but especially like, like I say family, because family is somebody who we always feel like, that's somebody we connected with, like, no matter how much. I remember those little sayings as a little kid, like, no matter how much you don't want to be cousins, or no matter how much you want to be brothers or sisters or whatever, y'all are what y'all are. You not you not wanting your sister to be your sister ain't gonna stop her from being your sister. Y'all blood, like they say, in that sense of it. Y'all body suits are connected. Matter of fact, like Cadillac, like Cadillac makes GMC makes connected to Cadillac and Chevrolet, all these different things. Like y'all vehicles all related. Y'all vehicles all under that one family. But anyway, basically speaking on, uh, like the moment we feel like, oh man, my family gotta be woke, or people gotta be woke, it's basically like saying I need you to be woke in order for me to be woke. And that's one of the most powerless things we can do, is feel like something has to change externally for something to change, internally. And matter of fact, even having that awareness too on the aspect of manifestation, you're not necessarily wanting it, because by being in a vibration of wanting it, you're telling the universe that it's not there. And by, you know, being at a vibration of like, uh, my family unawoke, you know, I can't deal with them because they not woke. That's basically like saying, you're not realizing it, but you're saying that I'm not strong enough to maintain my connection with Source, so they need to change. So and again, not realizing shit. You calling them unawoke, but here it is that you're unawoke to how you should maintain that energy. You know what I'm saying? So again, where you're always reflecting, oh man, I can't stand these negative people, this and that, you know. Well, those negative people, and I ain't being negative, I'm always in a good state, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, well, maybe you don't set healthy boundaries, so again, some going back to you, like maybe you don't set healthy boundaries, and that's why the negative person popping back up in your realm. But again, it's all us, you know what I'm saying? So it basically, the ridiculousness of feeling like people gotta be woke, in that sense of it, is more so like I just gotta be in tune with who I am, at all times, and be authentic to my soul. That way I'm never scared to walk into any situation, you know what I'm saying? I walk into any situation knowing that I'm gonna maintain my energy, you know what I'm saying? Because again, that's also like saying, whenever the masses, and think about how powerless that is, like, whenever the masses and all the sheep will wake up, then that's when I'm going to be, I ain't got to worry about no energy vamps no more, because, once people align, once I get my twin flame, then I'll be in alignment, once I get this type of crystal, then I'll be in alignment. You know what I'm saying? You're waiting on something extra. Once Jesus come back, once Jesus... Look who passing by. Like, placing your power on things externally instead of doing your inner universe, So that's the whole aspect. It's like, well, whenever other people wake up, then maybe it's like, no, well, maybe when you have such a strong connection with your inner source, you're not fearful or scared to even go around people. Are you? Because basically, what it's also saying, again, our actions speak louder than our words. You know, I could say I'm connected with source, but if I'm scared to go around people, fear. I made that video a while back earlier in the game. Fear and source cannot, be in the same body, in the sense of, like your true essence has nothing to fear. So whenever you're fearing anything, like, just let that be a marker. If you feel scared of anything, then you might want to, like, assess what's going on inside of you, because you're not, you're and this is neither bad or good. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a part of, the awareness system, in essence, within our body. You know what I'm saying? So, just becoming aware of it. But again, basically, you're externally giving your unawoke relatives power over you. You know what I'm saying? And in most cases, you fear going around them because you don't trust yourself to maintain your true authenticity. And I watch myself in my realm moment whenever I'm like feeling like, oh, I might not want to go around so and so or this and that. And because I realize, it's because me being afraid or scared that I'm not gonna maintain, who I am, and maintain my energy and stand in it. So it's like, let me stay away from. And to some extent, I put an asterisk by that and say, you don't want to fear going around nobody in that sense of it, but there is a level of awareness to know, like, all right, if I know my energy, like, I'm not in a place to entertain, like, I'm not strong within my energy at the moment or whatever. It's like, I'm not gonna go limping in to some water. Like, I'm not gonna limp into some water where some sharks at with some cuts on my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I got some cuts on my body, and I know I'm limping, and I'm gonna walk into some water with some sharks. Of course, you wouldn't do that. You got the awareness on that level, but and I say, but again, at the same time, though, realizing, like, you should never fear walking into any situation, any. And that's where even us on our, like, adept or whatever, starts to realize, like, oh, damn, it's still some things that I do fear. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's a part of growth. Again, no good, no bad, no right or wrong. It's just a part of the growth and where you at with it. You know, and realizing again that inner universe, because the moment I start to, smack my inner ego up, and again, saying smack it up for lack of a better word, but jokingly saying, like, whenever I'm maintaining my alignment with my inner source within, then my actions, externally gonna reflect. So when I'm checking the bullshit inside, when I get around, people ain't say bullshit. When I'm checking things inside and making sure I'm in alignment with source inside, my actions are gonna automatically reflect that. Where I'm not even gonna be scared to go around anybody, because I know, like, shit, I ain't scared to go around anybody. I'm gonna courageously let them know how I'm feeling, or courageously let them know my authenticity and my truth, and how I get down in my universe. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole aspect of it. Like, just being, not feeling like, again, our actions speak louder than words. Is what's really, what's really going down is what our actions show. So definitely, have that awareness that whenever you're feeling like, so back to the moral of the story. If you're ever feeling like, oh, look at that unwoke person, or the sheeple. Like, again, that's why I had to catch myself with the collective, like the sheeple and this and that. Now, again, on a comedic level, of course, like, I like to joke, but again, true comedy is not like talking down on somebody on a malicious level, like, oh, look at them, I'm over them. You might, like, it'll be a joke in the light of a joke, like, like, I'm not seriously trying to tear this person down as much as I'm, because most cases too, comedy is truth. I'm sharing a truth, you know what I'm saying, and not in a malicious manner. Matter of fact, sharing a truth that, even though society paints it as negative, me sharing this truth makes everybody lighthearted, because me sharing this truth makes everybody laugh, and allows for people to look at themselves in a lighter manner. You know what I'm saying? If I go to talking about, prostitution and slinging pussy for food stamps and this and that, you know what I'm saying? But I said in a funny manner, you know, that woman that was once, you know, looking at herself like, man, fuck, man, you know, like feeling like she sold herself for, you know, these things or whatever to feed the family, you know, she'll bust out laughing like, you know, like being able to laugh at herself and be lighthearted. Cause what's the better situation, sitting there and being mad at yourself, which, you know, doesn't help, or being as lighthearted, like accepting yourself and realizing, like loving yourself unconditionally and realizing throughout life you never always had the answers, you know, so you gon', you know, go through things, you know, that's a part of the growth, you know what I'm saying? Again, back to the, you know, my family on the woke. Literally, the moment if that thought ever pops into your head of like, you know, I don't want to deal with such and such. I don't want to deal with this because they're unawoke. You know, stop in that moment, back. All right, you know, I guess I'm not trusting that I'm strong in my energy if I feel like somebody could waver me. Because think about how powerless, you know, the energy of source would be if it feel like, well, in order to be in alignment, humans got to do this first. You know, in order for everything to be in alignment, you know, I got to drink uh, some vegan water first. You know, no, I had to get things in alignment first, and then all, you know, those things start showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's not about, or somebody got to change something about themselves. You know, and I always use that example, like if you got a problem with people wearing a purple shirt, you know, the it's not for everybody to take off their purple shirt, or you walk around, hey, take off your purple shirt because I don't like purple shirts. Oh, Debo, take off your purple shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you got to go within yourself and see why you got some type of thing or grudge against, you know, purple shirts. You know what I'm saying? You got to change your inner universe. And then when you become at peace with whatever, you know what I'm saying, with the purple shirts, then you come around purple shirts and it no longer bother you. And showing you that those purple shirts never were harming you in the first place. It was just your consciousness, you know, of wanting to judge somebody, focus. So your judgmental, you know, vibes made you focus on the purple shirt that you dislike. You know what I'm saying? So literally, you in a you know, a mad state of being because you're choosing to pay attention to something. You know what I'm saying? In a manner that makes you mad. You know what I'm saying? Well, you could look at that same purple shirt and be in a blissful state. You know, it's just all about changing your inner universe. You know what I'm saying? And again, the inner work reflects outwardly automatic. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, like just automatic, like literally automatic. The moment you start changing the way you look at things within, the things you're looking at change. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Josh, because that's one of his favorite quote. Hey, but that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like saying, hey, you gotta you gotta be of a certain energy so I could maintain my energy. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the fact that we're pointing that out, meaning that we're actually in that same boat. You know what I'm saying? In some way, form, or fashion. And think about it, like the moment you external condition is the reason why, you know, I'm more connected to God than them. You know, it's like, you know, we gotta be aware of that. And again, when I'm saying like, you know, pointing a finger, more so like, you know, I'm more woke than them, so I'm not gonna, you know, deal with them, or, you know, like, I don't know, man, I can't deal with my unawoke family, you know what I'm saying? Because another thing too is because another reason is because you're trying to change their outlooks about things too. It's not our job to change anybody, you know what I'm saying? But the only thing we could change is our inner universe, you know. You could share information, but sharing information should just be just that, sharing information, and not in the you know, not with the hopes of like influence, you know, like I hope I persuade this person to see the way I see, or I hope, you know, or like, you know, you're trying to get a person to see, like, it's not our jobs to understand or understand each other in that sense. You know, it's like, it's not my job to understand your actions and why you do them. Like, that's you and your universe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here in my realm, you know, and it's not my job to, you know, make you see things the way I see things, and vice versa. You know, now I could share what I go through, all my situations, whenever you're open to it, you know, listening. And again, it's taking what resonate, leave what don't. You know, we're not here to try to say, hey, you know, you should view things the way I view things, or hey, and that's why that energy feels so again, demonic, or like something like, trying to take us over in essence. Even again, I always bring that up because that's where I first realized it. Like, even when people be like wanting you to go somewhere with them and you don't, but they ignore the fact that you don't. They ignore the fact that you don't want to go, and they ignore the fact of you, or probably them feeling that you don't want to go, and they say like, come on, come on, and that's tugging you against your free will. The only true, if you want to call something evil in this realm, parasitic, you know what I'm saying, it's something that's trying to move you against your own free will. You know what I'm saying, like see things like me, or do, come with me, even though I feel that you don't want to come with me. And what type of energy is that? Like, why? I don't want nobody to come with me under the premise of like, like they got a gun to their head, like almost like, like some of these movies where the villain makes this woman like their wife. And it's like, I don't, that's not love if I go and steal some woman and force her to be my wife, like. And speaking of forcing things, like with the aspect of, again, of chasing and wanting, there's no such thing, moving back to the place of realizing not to want or desire anything, to realize it's already here. It's already in the ethers, but, it's already visible, you're just bringing it out, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to desire a home or desire, like I think about certain things, with myself, with manifestation, you don't have to desire these things, more so of just seeing like I already got them, like, and that's how you visualize, and the true manifestation comes into, again, applying all the hermetic principles, but definitely, the balance of the mind, body, and soul, lining up. Well, when I say these things or visualize these things, I see it as already done. I see it as already happening, and I'm feeling the vibe of as if I have it already. You know what I'm saying? Visualizing yourself, you know, doing whatever it is with that situation. But again, by wanting, you're putting out the vibration that I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And they bring me to the example I always bring up in alignment with these types of stories, like when me and my brother Josh had moved this way and we were looking for apartments, and we on the computers getting it, and then a voice just hit me inside, like, all right, y'all back off of the fucking computers, because if you constantly searching, now you're gonna put out the vibration constantly that I don't have it, So as long as you continue, like, oh, I gotta find, you're basically telling the universe, hey, I don't have a home, I don't have a home, I don't have a home. At some point, you put the application in for your, for your apartment, and you're looking around, then you fall back, and and let higher self and the universe work, outside of your hands-on aspect, like let the wholeness of your source, work this out, and when I say that, because again, not saying source is external, like, again, the external realm is a reflection of our internal realm, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like something outside of you is making things happen, more so the alignment within you, is causing these external situations to pop off, but again, where was I? Talking about the chase. Being in alignment, like no desires, not wanting anything. Because another thing too, like the law of opposites in essence, the act of chasing is a desperate energy. And the moment you become a chaser, you create a runner. You know what I'm saying? The moment that I become stink, I create beautiful smells. The moment that I become a runner, something starts to chase me, vice versa. But, you don't want to chase anything. Like, I'm not on no paper chase, because then money has to run to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, now something has to run after you, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not chasing anything. I'm aligning with the abundance that's already here. I'm already infinitely abundant. I already have my home. I already have my vehicle. I already got all these things going for me. It's just me lining up with them in this moment, and not necessarily feeling like I have to, like desire or, go out for it in that sense of it. But that's basically, it. You don't have to chase anything. It's not about chasing. It's about being in alignment. Now, another aspect that I want to bring up right now, since we're here, and just also remembering too, again, because everything is about habitual nature. Like, what are you habitually doing all the time? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's key. And ye are gods, children of the Most High. This been coming up a lot lately for me, so I know it's a download for everybody to get on. Like, now we're moving into a place of, like how we always like, oh, synchronicity, oh, this manifested, oh, that manifested. You want to start to move away from being so excited about it in that sense of like, oh, that's crazy how this happened, or this, as if it's something unexpected. Nothing is wrong with being grateful, and nothing is wrong with being enthusiastic about, like, you're grateful for these manifestations, you're grateful for the synchronicity, but gratitude doesn't mean you have to be surprised all the time. Because by creating this situation of like being like, oh, this is, something big, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Abraham Hicks for, that's something I remember coming from that channel, is that aspect of, you're creating the synchronicity, you turn it into something big. And when you turn it into something big in your subconscious, when something is big, like winning the lotto, and when something is big like that, it's like, oh man, that shit ain't gonna happen. And check out my videos on the subconscious mind. The subconscious, has expectations due to, the beliefs and things that's already there. And if and we've been told all our life, a lot of us come up in situations where, oh yeah, that a lot have to line up for you to become a millionaire, or a lot has to happen for you to be an entrepreneur, or a lot has to happen. No, it doesn't. It's easy. All this shit is easy. And again, you know, not some again, that essence of fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, because think about it, when we visualizing things and all this, it's not physically there yet. Technically, you have to visualize it before it's there. So don't feel like you're faking, because we've been taught to face reality. Like, you face reality, you can't act like you have a home already. Act, you should face your reality, and not, it's like, no, like, you gotta plug in these things, you know what I'm saying, in order for these things to manifest. So you want to make sure that you're not looking at these situations as, oh, this is some huge big thing, oh man, the synchronicity, oh man, I just manifested that. Because basically you like, it's like being surprised. Well, more so just negating your energy, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to say again, like, yo, guys, this is your everyday thing. And the more you feel like, oh man, this is my everyday thing, this is what is expected, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always manifest things with ease. I'm always, in situations where I'm finding money, or, connecting with somebody who we create a big business network, or whatever. Like, that's always happening in my universe. And that's where you start to see the, like, not dealing with the external parasitic energy, which it starts within first. You got the parasitic energy within you that tries to get you to doubt yourself, starting within, and then it manifests, and then it, again, in the external realm, reflects that, that negativity in a person that's like, oh man, wait, you ain't got no house yet, so why you know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's not for me to make you get it on that. Like, and checking that external energy on a vibe of like, well, I don't owe you no explanation. It's not for me to make you understand what's going on in my universe, so you don't even have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole aspect. Again, we don't have to make nobody get us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I gotta visualize a picture of Barney, I'm just joking, saying some outlandish shit. If I gotta visualize a picture of Barney and Baby Bop to get whatever it is I get, don't worry about what other people think, and be real with you. That's why, a lot of times it's good not to share, all of your methods, especially, around certain energies, because all you doing is like creating a situation for them to be like, oh, that's crazy, or you crazy, or I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what's happening there is you bringing that up to check and see, is this okay, guys? Because you doubt that process within yourself. You kind of feeling like, is looking at this picture of Baby Bop and Barney really helping? And because you have that inner doubt a little bit within, those beings externally come on some like, oh man, that's some dumb shit, this and that. And then that's come that moment of truth where you either be like, nah, fuck that, bro. I know my method work. Or you being like, oh yeah, y'all right, man. That shit's stupid. And then now you level, drop down a level, and it's no good or bad, right or wrong. Just levels of energy, you know, and you know, doubt it yourself, you know. But it started with your own inner doubt. The external realm reflected it, and then you listen to the external aspect of it and drop down. And now that you're on this level, something, you know, a little lower than the last level you was on gonna come and test you again, you know. And you could either be like, oh, well, no, fuck that, this and that, and you know, rise back up. Or you even like, oh, you know what, yep, I don't even know why I was doing that either, this and that, another level down, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why everything's so important about knowing thyself, because we don't have to bounce things off of each other. Like, you know, be aware a lot of times of, again, society created that as a healthy aspect, but for the most part, you know what you want to do, you know how you want to do it. Unless you're working with somebody on a project, you know what I'm saying, there's no reason to kind of like, you know, well, hey guys, what you think about this? Or hey, like, bro, it don't matter, because all you're doing is opening up a portal of doubt. You know, you open up a situation to play out where you doubting yourself and things of this nature, you know what I'm saying? So we want to stop being surprised and so amazed at manifestation and synchronicity. Like, you know, because again, if you make it seem so big, the subconscious makes it look hard. Matter of fact, and that's why, because I even look at my realm in reality, it's like, you got to stay in that realm, because literally your life will reflect like having your foot on the gas and the foot on the brake at the same time. Because I look at my look at my realm like, bro, I'm like, fuck, I'm here, you know, like it's all manifested. And then there's the other aspects that make it seem like, damn, like you know, you would think that I'm not, you know, doing what I gotta do because these other things, but that because, you know, me working out that split nature, you know, within my being, you know what I'm saying, that's creating that vibe of like looking at things, oh, it's so big, or it's so amazing. So it makes it seem harder, you know what I'm saying? And it creates a like a tug of war, because on one side you strongly realize how much you can manifest, and you just strongly realize how much you have manifested in your realm, and then at the same time you're still doubting yourself. So it's like two trucks pulling on each other, like, you know, matter of fact, that feeling you get like when you're trying to think on a psychedelic trip. For those of y'all familiar, you ever try to be in your thoughts on a psychedelic trip? Boy, that shit literally like feel like hell, like somebody pulling on you both ways, like you gonna pop. But that's basically it, guys. That's basically it. You know, we're not trying to chase any energies, because again, when you become when you chasing something, you create a runner. You know what I'm saying? Remember, ye are gods, children of the Most High. It's easy to manifest. Everything comes to me with ease. It's so easy to program my subconscious. It's so easy, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, it's hard. It take hard work. Maybe in your reality, not in my realm, and it's not your job to convince me of what goes on in your realm and how if that works for you, if that hard work and all that works for you, then keep on doing you. Why you trying to, you know, like, all right, you know, do your thing then. But yeah, remember that aspect. And oh, and also, and again, and most importantly, where the video started, and calling people unwoke, or and I say calling people, you know, but dealing with, you know, unwoke people or family members, you know, if you looking at them like, oh, I can't, you know, deal with them, or I can't go around them because they're unwoke, they need to step up to my level before I could get around them, then you know, in that moment, in that statement, not realizing like you double talk, like, you know, like, oh, I'm so powerful that I'm not so powerful because I depend on things outside of me. I'm so above everything that I need everything to be above everything. Like, you know, it's like a paradoxical negating circle that you're creating with, you know, with a statement like that, you know, because I'm so woke, you know, that when I go around these people, I need them to be woke too in order for me to be woke, because I'm so strong and powerful. So, you know, I always had that awareness, you know what I'm saying? Like, Like it's about you being fearless and courageous and maintaining your energy field. And again, like I said earlier, put the asterisk by it, as far as like, you know, now sometimes there are situations where you don't want to walk into, cause knowing thyself, again, like if you on some, you limping and you all cut up, don't limp your way into the water where some sharks at. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, don't be scared. Like it's not about being scared. It's just a knowledgeable awareness. Like, hey, I know that if I go right here in this state of being I'm in, that these sharks are gonna bite. You know what I'm saying? It's not again, not looking at it from a place of fear, but again, like me not putting my hand on the stove don't mean I'm scared of the stove as much as I realize, as much as it mean that I just realized that my hand gonna get burned if I put my hand on it. Don't mean I'm scared of the stove. Just mean I'm aware. You know, that part. Hey, shout out to LA adding that. I still got my Louisiana vibes, but at least that's something I gained on my little visit out here, saying that word, like that part, like that part. Cause I even forgot about being in BR with the shit chat, baby, shit chat. But anyway, peace, y'all. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace.